Pinter Works was established in 1978 by a local craftsman, Pinter József. It was one of the first private enterprises of the country. Present industrial complex was opened in 1989 and it became the symbol of the Hungarian political transformation. Since it was founded, Pinter Works has received and fulfilled orders of a very wide range and of various kinds in complete conformity with its motto: "You just give us a task, we solve, design and implement it." The technological planning and developing processes comprise everything which relates to metalworking, from the small bolts to the huge items of several tons, building of special caravans, military technology development, transmission towers, manufacturing and maintenance of power plant equipment. And besides of all these, many more kinds of devices and products. In 1996, the company started producing units for the interim storage of spent fuel and became one of the main suppliers of Paks nuclear power plant. This has remained one of the most important activities of the firm. In 2001, Pinter Works was admitted to the certified suppliers of the NATO. So far, there have been visitors from more than 50 countries from every continent. Since it was established, Pinter Works was and has been in business relations with a lot of countries from all over the world: China, Russia, Mexico, the US, Germany, France, Italy, India, Thailand, Egypt, Ethiopia, Great Britain, Romania, Poland, Slovakia. Pinter Works and its companies have always put great emphasis on research and development and on introducing and spreading new technologies. At the beginning of the new millennium, the prices of the fuels went up drastically. The issues of the waste treatment and those of the environment pollution become worldwide problems of crucial importance. There were huge demands for revolutionarily new environmental and energetic technologies to be developed. The PNT T-Technology Ltd was established in 2007. Its main activity is to develop and purchase the equipment of PCP 700, which is an absolute novelty on the market. PCP 700 is a recycling technology using catalytic depolymerization to convert the accumulated polyethylene and polypropylene plastic waste to alternative fuel oil. At the moment, there are working units in India, Thailand, Poland and Slovakia. The biggest advantage of the catalytic depolymerization is that during the process there is no harmful emission to the atmosphere. Furthermore, it makes possible to process those waste materials that previously could not be processed or only at a high risk and cost. The technology has received several prizes at many international contests. At the beginning of 2011, we started the design and development of a new technology called PEC. This technology is able to process a wider scope of plastic waste. The end product, which is alternative oil, can be utilized in many ways. The small size of the equipment, its movability, makes it possible for the factories and firms to process their waste from which they would cover their own energy needs.
We would like to introduce our PEC machine, which is a patented technology which converts plastic waste into oil or an alternative fuel. We will now show you how our machine actually works. The plastic waste will be loaded into the top of the machine into the triangle shaped area. From here it will be fed across to your pre-reactor unit, which you can see are the blue and green pipes. The pre-reactor unit will dry the material and it will also remove all the halogenic materials. Once this has been completed, it will then pass the materials down into the reactor. The reactor unit is the round silver tank. In here the materials will be heated to 600 degrees Celsius and they will then go through our special process. Once this cycle is complete, the fuel plus the gases will then be passed over to the condensing unit, which you can see has the 3 cylinders. Each cylinder will deal with the fuel at various temperatures, and also this will then be passed through to the blue cooling units or cooling systems, which you can see, and it will go through a process of passing back and forward, and eventually, once it has completed a cycle, it will pass back through to the original tank, which you can see is covered in tinfoil type material, and from here the fuel will then be passed to the tanks outside. As this is a test bed machine, we are transferring the fuel through to our small tanks beside the machine. Therefore we can monitor the fuels that are produced from various types of plastic that we are loading into the machine. You can now see the fuel that is coming out, and you can see that it is of a good quality. Once the reactor unit has completed its cycle, there will be a little bit of PET coke or coal ash left in the reactor. This will then be transferred across and up this pipe and into the special bins. From here we will collect all the coal ash and it will be transferred to an area where it can be compressed into briquettes and sold off to the industry. That is a quick overview of how our machine works. Thank you.